You should say which the building is, how it looks, what people do there, and also say whether you like this building or not. You have 2 minutes.
Yes.
Good luck.
Okay. Oh, I still have so many things to say.
Hello.
Hi. Today I'm very happy to be with Jack, my beloved teacher, and also my amazing friend. And together we will solve some difficult IELTS speaking questions. The topic is about historical buildings. So
How exciting.
first people need to know about you a bit. Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit about me. My name's Jack. I'm 28 years old and I am from Bristol in England. If you don't know where Bristol is, if you think London is here, go exactly this way. Bristol is just on the other side, opposite London, just below Cardiff in Wales.
Wow. So it's in the south.
Yeah, in the south, yeah. I mean, luckily where I was born is just outside of Bristol. So if I was from Bristol, I would speak like, I'm a farmer, like that. But luckily my mother hammered out any accent when I was younger, so it was very neutral accent. And clear. Very clear, luckily.
Clear. Right. So today Jack will play the role as an IELTS examiner, and I will be play the role as a candidate. So please be very strict to me.
Of course.
Yeah,
always.
Always.
So you have 2 minutes. Describe a historic building that you have visited. You should say which the building is, how it looks, what people do there, and also say whether you like this building or not. You have 2 minutes.
Yes.
Good luck.
Okay. So when it comes to historical buildings with distinctive architectural style, Hanoi Opera House springs to mind instantly because it's one of the most outstanding architectural style in Hanoi, and it has it is of paramount importance when it comes to historical and cultural value of Vietnam. So basically, Hanoi Opera House is located in a prime location in Hanoi, in the city center, and it is not only a place for theatrical performances, but also for a lot of grand opening of the big events or grand ceremonies, or like giving award for all those famous celebrities and renowned professors of all time. So I always admire Hanoi Opera House as a very imposing building and very impressive building in Hanoi. And it's funny when you mentioning this topic brings back a lot of fond memories when me and my teacher James Doyle from Dublin, we always wanted to listen, because I'm a classical music lover. I want to listen a proper concerto performance in there, but didn't make it for some reason. And then luckily last year I had a chance when my student Daisy, she had some voucher for the ticket to watch the Romeo and Juliet play in Hanoi Opera House, and I literally jumped for joy. I felt on cloud nine, and I agree without any hesitation. And the moment when I instantly stepped inside Hanoi Opera House, I was completely taken aback by the French neo-classical architecture and the Gothic themes. It just looks so amazing, and I felt overwhelmed by. It's completely took my breath away with all the shutter windows and on the acoustic sounds. It's just amazing.
Good job. 2 minutes.
Oh, I still have so many things to say.
It's hard.
Oh no.
It's hard.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Feedback.
So, all right, feedback. So I've split it all up. So into, obviously you've got pronunciation, lexical resource, grammar, and fluency and coherence.
Yes.
So let's go for pronunciation first. Okay, there were a couple of things. S was a little bit of your enemy during the thing. We had S missing on ceremonies, openings, styles.
Oh my god.
Shines. Okay.
Shines above the rest.
And then when you mentioned seats, it sounded like seeds. So you need to say seats. 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 Yes, perfect.
Seats.
Good job. And then center.
Centers.
Yes.
Not center.
No, not center.
Center is American.
Center. You know, center. That's American. Center.
Centers.
Centers. Center.
Centers.
Not centers. No. Center.
Center.
Perfect. Good
City
job.
center.
Yeah, nice. Good job. And then admire.
admire.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
good job. That's the pronunciation. Then lexical resources. There were some really nice phrases in there. Some very English idioms too, which I
Yeah.
like to hear. When you were talking about the voices in the opera house,
yeah.
the acoustics, great word there. However, I would use the lexical word with the phrase, their voice travelled.
Voice travel.
Yeah, because when you're in an amphitheatre and the actors on stage don't have any microphones, they must really make their voice travel.
Makes
Okay.
their voice travel.
Yeah, so that's a good
Interesting.
way to speak about when you're doing things about like performances, things like that. And then there was a phrase, I can't remember what it was, but I would just change it for "it's a home for," rather than, I think you said "it's a home to." So it's a home
for.
Yeah. It's a home for yada yada yada. Okay. So that's a lexical resource. Over to grammar. You said the symphony because it's a very famous place to watch the symphony.
The symphony.
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 Because there are
A
many symphonies, so like a symphony would be better.
A symphony.
And then you said a sentence that was like marvelous. It looked like, but it was just like how marvelous it looked.
How
It's all you-
marvelous it looked.
Yeah, you don't need to say how marvelous it looked like, just how marvelous it looked. And then again using, you said, I think you said paramount importance.
Of paramount. I say of.
Okay.
Of
So when
paramount
it's
importance.
of.
It sounds
yeah.
like of.
Yeah. So of paramount importance is the
Yeah.
correct phrase, but
Of
I thought I
paramount.
heard either the or
Ah.
or I may have
Should be of.
always of paramount importance.
Of paramount importance.
Yeah, wonderful.
Of paramount importance.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then the only other thing, we repeated Gothic twice. But it was,
You need nitpicking.
oh, I'm very nitpicky. Yeah, this is what I'm here for.
Okay.
And then there was just one sentence that became a little bit incoherent towards the end that mentioned something to do with classic.
Classical music lover.
No, it was later than that. But essentially, I didn't. You started the sentence and then there was a bit of a. I got a little bit confused and then you finished it and I understood it again. So like, just be careful with the ending. I know it was because the time was ticking.
Pressure,
so then
pressure.
the pressure kicks in and you want to just get everything out. But
Oh
then
my God, like,
as
yeah,
soon
I
as
can-
we start talking fast, that's when the examiner starts to struggle. That's the one thing I tell all my students is just like, speak slowly. That's the best thing that you could possibly do. Just to enunciate words and make sure that, because when you start speaking fast, then you trip up on your own words, and then of course it doesn't come out as coherent as we would like.
Yeah.
But this is of course me being very nitpicky because this is what you've asked me to do.
Yeah.
So I think that is, I would classify that as a solid band 8, to be honest with you. I think the lexical resource that you used was very important in describing everything that was there. Grammar, barely any grammar mistakes, literally of and a for a symphony, the symphony, and
So
of
not
paramount
band 9
importance.
yet?
Not quite band 9. If we eradicate
Yeah.
these very minute
Minute.
problems, you're in band 9, I think, from there. Historical buildings as
How
well.
should I improve though? How can I get band 9, you think?
So I would look at, when it comes to phrasings, so make sure that we are well aware of the verbs, things like that we need to use. So just make sure we really hone in on those kind of things. With fluency or incoherence, it's really difficult to say what to improve on because it's very much under pressure. You're under pressure the entire time. So
Yeah.
like
My God.
I can have a coherent and fluent conversation with you for hours and hours and hours on end.
Precisely.
But when you are on a timer and you've got 2 minutes,
Yeah.
it then becomes a little bit
Say
more
so
of
many
a struggle.
things at the same time.
Exactly, and your
Right.
mind is just wandering
Yeah.
as to what to say next. So I would drill some S pronunciation, but I've been in Vietnam now for 4 years, so I understand how big an enemy the letter S is for pronunciation. So it's a really difficult one to do, but I think it's just all about enunciating words, speaking a little bit slower, and then I think with that, it's going to solve all the problems of a little bit of incoherence towards the end, pronunciation issues, and then the grammar issues when we think of it. And again, it says it's like fluid. So with the fluency,
Would you
incoherence,
say like I'm in the middle or just solid? Like
I'd say you're solid 8, just because every now and again we had to pause, gather ourselves, and then continue speaking, rather than it being a fluent and consistent talk. But all in all, I think you're comfortably sitting at band 8 there, and those other things.
I need band 9.
We need to just, that's it.
So how about now I challenge you back. You say your favorite historical building and I time you 2 minutes.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah?
Well,
that would be great. Students want to hear your sample.
okay, alright. Okay then.
You need 1 minute.
I might do actually, you know.
Right. Okay, so now Teacher Jack, I will challenge you back to talk about your favorite historical buildings in 2 minutes.
Wish me luck.
And then and then I will nitpick your mistake as well.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Can't wait.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Okay, right, let's do it.
Okay, let me do the timer.
Let me just have a brief little note take.
Okay. How it looks, which the building is, how it look like, what do people do there, and whether you like this building or not.
I can just talk, so this is going to be a struggle.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so historical buildings. I would like to talk about the Colston Hall in Bristol. So this is a very famous venue now in the UK. It was recently renovated, maybe 5 years ago. It was renovated to just bring and attract more, well, tourists, and just people from nearby towns so that they can have a really big and exciting music venue to go to. I love the Colston Hall basically, first of all, because it was the first concert I ever saw. My mother and my mother's friend took me and my school friend to go and see Atomic Kitten. If you know Atomic Kitten, then you will laugh at this being my first concert, but if you don't, then listen to Atomic Kitten and I'm sure you will get a laugh out of it. So the Colston Hall is, when I was there first, it was quite small and it was only around 1,000 to 2,000 people capacity, and then after that, during the recent renovation, it increased to around 6,000 to 7,000 people can now fit in the Colston Hall. So it actually has quite a controversial history, unfortunately. So I don't know his first name. We aren't on a first name basis, we aren't friends particularly. But Mr. Colston was a slave trader. So he was very prominent in the slave trade, which happened in Bristol Harbour. During this time, of course, he managed to raise a lot of his wealth and affluency through slave trading. So there were recent petitions and protests when it came to the renovation of the building because they decided that we don't think we should have a slave trader's name on the building anymore. So they changed it. And essentially, I have a lot more respect now for the whole facilities and the faculty that build up the Colston Hall. However, it's quite hard to forget the history of where it came from.
Well done! Wow, there's a lot of things.
Yeah?
So it's building.
Yeah.
And Atomic Kitten is a concert that you are the main actor.
Yeah, no. So Atomic Kitten was they're a girl group.
Right. I really love the way you say get a laugh out of it. Yeah. Leo, did you listen? He didn't listen. Atomic Kitten, Colston Hall. So what's the name of the building? Colston.
So it's not the Colston Hall anymore.
Colston. Not the Colston Hall anymore.
Colston. So it used to be called the Colston Hall, but it was very controversial. Colston Hall.
Bristol.
New name. Okay, it's been rebranded as the Bristol Beacon.
Bristol Beacon. Yeah. Now it's Bristol Beacon. So it's like long time.
£132 million renovation.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Beacon. Right. So thank you so much, Teacher Jack, for set as the model. Or
setting an example?
Setting an example for students, and you guys see how well native speakers say in the real test, even under pressure in 2 minutes. So thank you so much. I learned a lot from you over the years, and I can't thank enough. Stay tuned, everyone, for more useful episode with Teacher Jack. Bye.
Goodbye.
Now I will give you 1 minute. 1 minute, and this is the cue card, and you read the cue card on the screen, and then I will just say instantly.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice. So, you have 2 minutes. Describe a historic building that you have visited. You should say which the building is, how it looks, what people do there, and also say whether you like this building or not. You have 2 minutes.
Yes.
Good luck.
Okay. Right. Leo, can you count 2 minutes for me, please?
Okay. Wait for me.
Yes, so I'm in here.
Band 8, yeah.
8 and 9.
Are you
Tell me
ready?
I'm reaching 9 or not. Yes. Tell me when you are ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
So when it comes to historical buildings, there are countless of important historical. And then how to say, like the design, like it's like the dome. And then it's just a combination of Western architectural style, very impressive. It's like the do we say impressive building? Yes. So it got a lot of like Gothic themes on the doors, on the shutter windows. So also when I was first time when I watched the play Romeo and Juliet, and all kinds of emotion, like I really admire, and the acoustic system is just top notch. Like can you imagine, like the actors or the actress, they don't even have to use a mic, but the voice echo when they use a voice, and then everything just combine. You can feel the real sense of luxury the moment when you are there. Well, from the seats, the car, they arrange everything. Interestingly, like people until this day they still argue that the Hanoi Opera House is even look better than the French Opera House. The Opera House in France. People even argue that. So this building not only used for theatrical performance, but also for a lot of like musical events, and also like big ceremony, grand ceremonies every now and then. So above all, Hanoi Opera House is worth standing in the list of world's classics, and I can't wait to have more opportunities to visit Hanoi Opera House again in the not too distant future.
Amazing.
If you have ever been there, then highly recommend that you should give it a try. For sure, you will love it.
In a way, I guess, but long as they can, what's the word? Long as they can get the best out of you and bring out the best in you, then it's however way they do it, it's up to them. Because every teacher is different. If every teacher was the same, then it would be boring, right? So every teacher has the strength and weaknesses, right? So yeah, I think so.
Yeah. For me personally, I think I totally agree with what Jeremy just shared, but I think a teacher needs to be very knowledgeable as well.
Knowledgeable, yeah.
Yeah, very important. Be like a walking encyclopedia, because when you have rich knowledge, you are able to deliver the lesson in a more informative way, and then students can absorb knowledge effortlessly in the teaching method as well.
You can tell that in the UK as well, because the teaching hours and everything in England is they work quite hard when they work, but they obviously get a lot of holidays. So when they get sick, that you will get a cover. I'm not sure in you will get a cover teacher, but that teacher might not specialize in the subject that they're teaching. They might just be a cover teacher, and they just not even really teach the lesson, just tell you what to do, but don't give you any input or anything. So it does make a difference, if they obviously it's their profession, their subject, right?
Knowledgeable and responsible, right?
Yeah.
I have some British friends who they are also teaching me. They used to teach, and they have a very strong sense of responsibility. Like they only receive the job if they are sure that they can do it, or they can. And I think that teacher is a really rewarding job, because we can make impacts on people's life. Don't you feel so?
Yeah, I think it's very rewarding. It is very rewarding, especially in a different country, like in your own country. Then you don't have that barrier, right?
Yes.
But obviously in a different country, like me being English and being in Vietnam, then maybe it's even more rewarding, right? Because it's not their mother tongue, right?
Yes.
And it's difficult for them.
Like that famous saying in English, they say you can because most people, when they do the charity, they will provide money. But for me, if we can share knowledge, and that is the best thing you can give to someone.